camp been going well. I'm definitely more confident than I was last year coming in. I'm definitely in shape, and things have been going great.
Why are you more confident? Because you're in better shape?
Well, after 2 years, a lot of stuff that coaches, I'm starting to finally get it. A lot of stuff coach been teaching over 2 years. I think I've worked on it long enough to know what he wants from me at this point and what I need to do on the floor to be successful.
Why did it finally click? What did he say that finally clicked?
It's not like it's finally click. I always work hard at it, but I wasn't, it's definitely a transition when you come in the NBA from college, and, some people pick it up faster than some, and for me, it didn't click right away like I wanted to, but, I kept working at it, and finally this year, I kind of got it, and, I definitely feel much comfortable.
Has the game slowed down for you a little bit?
A whole lot. Last year I feel like every time I get it, I got to make a spectacular play. I got to score. I got to do something with the ball. And this year, it's kind of slowing down and knowing the right thing to do every time I get the ball.
What is it? You kept saying you're finally getting it.
There's being, as I said, getting it to where coach don't have to keep repeating himself, and that's why I keep on saying, let's get it. What he talking about first, he'd be like, Mardo, do this, and it wasn't registering. And this year, it's finally he can say things to me one time and I can pick it up.
Was it taking longer in the past because you were bouncing between center and forward?
Yeah, I think that was the case too. Having to learn two things at once. But this year, I'm definitely more comfortable. To do that, if he wants me to play center or power forward, I think I'll be comfortable because, doing it for 2 years, I finally learned both positions.
Even though you've dropped a lot of weight, will you still stick your nose in there and take charges?
Definitely will. That's part of my game. I ain't gonna block a ton of shots. So I know I got to go in there and slide in and take charges. And try to contribute on the defensive end, and that's a big part of my game and stuff that I can bring to the table.
But you're not gonna flop.
Nah, I ain't gonna flop. Man. I'm gonna get real good. Sometimes, I might flop sometime.
What did you do to change your diet? How did you come off?
As I said, man, I know at my exit interviews, I was just so dedicated, man, just to come back a whole new player, whatever I had to do. I talked to coach, I talked to other players around the league, and I just kept working. I ain't take no days off. I went to Jamaica, and my mom was like bringing food to me. I was like, no, Ma, I'm going running or something, So, it was just dedication, man. And that's part of it was changing my diet, watching what I eat, eating less, than I normally would, and just working out more, man. Just everywhere I go, I was going at it. Just whether it's Jamaica, not laying on the beach, I'm just running on the beach and nonstop. And people behind me and people that watched me over the years, they was pushing me. I would find gym everywhere I go, whether it's Orlando or Vegas. I just didn't take no days off.
Did you talk to Usain Bolt at all?
Actually, I did. I saw him when I was in Jamaica. I would have loved to go to the track with him, but this was his time. He was preparing for the Olympics, so, and we was training for the Jamaica basketball team, so I couldn't get on the track with him. But I'm definitely in the future want to get on the track and learn some things from him.
Had you met him before, or was this your first?
Nah, actually, we grew up not like half an hour away from each other, so I knew him growing up, and I ran into him when I went down. I was in Kingston, and we met up at the hotel because we had a common friend that introduced us.
Did you ever race him?
Nah, ain't nobody racing him.
Did you ever see him up close and younger and realize that he was different?
He was different. I remember in high school growing up, when track and field meet come around, everybody would gather at his high school, to watch him run, and I ain't get the big deal, that okay, he's gonna be the world fastest man at the time, but it was pretty impressive. I was just There's a lot of Jamaican guys that are fast, you know, but I didn't think Usain Bolt was going to be one of the fastest men in the world.
Especially because he's big. I mean, most sprinters aren't 6'4". What, he's what? 6'4",
He came to play
6'5"?
basketball with us a couple of times. He wasn't that good, though. Yeah, he didn't work out for him.
Hey, what's your body fat at now?
It got down, man. You know, I talked to Stan. He said it was like 6.5. I don't want to get no lower than that, though. You know, I'm definitely trying to stay. I'm comfortable where I'm at right now. You know, if I get low, I don't know how I'm going to manage in the post. Tristan came up to me like, you ain't that big no more. I was like, oh, nah, this is getting bad now. I can stop.
You focus more on cardio or on strength training?
I mean, both. You know, because, you know, losing weight, you know, you got to build muscle. You know, because you don't want to be pushed around. So, you know, every time I come in, I'm doing cardio, and I'm right after, I'm to the weights. I'm hitting the weights, you know, I'm just trying to get stronger. And to what I'm trying to do this year, just be a more defensive guy. You know, I admire like guys like Ben Wallace that have been in the league for a long time, Reggie Evans. You know, I'm trying to change my game around, you know, to be not focusing so much on offense, but to be a presence on defense, you know. So that's definitely something I'm working on right now.
You work with Jameson this offseason, right?
Right.
Is there anything he showed you kind of one-on-one more than as a teammate?
I mean, he's hard on me. He's been hard on me since I came into Cleveland. You know, he was like, man, he always been hard on me. But this summer, it was everything I did, you know, he was on me. Like, you know, why would you take one dribble and don't go nowhere? You know, why you just don't take that shot right there? I'm like, well, he said, no, stop thinking. You know, he thinks I think so much when I'm on the basketball court, you know, instead of just doing it, you know. And, you know, he got me and him playing one-on-one every day. You know, not like I learned any of his trick shot. You know, I was just looking at it and trying to close my eyes like, you ain't going to get me off the basketball court with those shots. You know, but, you know, he definitely worked with me and does teach me this, not to hesitate. You know, he quick. You know, he's a quick trigger guy. And just, you know, he said, hearing from him about my shot, you know, he thinks I have a great shot. And he's like, you know, I don't see why you should hesitate. You know, you should always shoot the ball when you open.
Even though you've seen his trick shots, did he still fool you?
He did, man. It's harder to guard than just watching it. Like, you know, when he was here, I was watching it, but I didn't realize how hard it was to guard. Like, it's quick, you know, and it's effective, you know. So, you know, it was working him was, you know, pretty tough.
Thanks, guys.